Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Hori Benny, and I'm a tattoo artist here in Osaka, Japan. So there's a lot of reasons you should care about tattoo safety. Obviously, you want to protect yourself and you want to protect your clients. It doesn't do you any good to do an amazing tattoo if your client ends up with some kind of an infectious disease. It's going to turn from one of the best things in their life into one of the worst. So today we're going to go point by point and talk about a few things that you can do to make your studio a safer, more comfortable environment. I came to Japan about 20 years ago and I apprenticed in Osaka. And then about 5 years ago, I finally left the studio I was at and went on to form my own place called Invasion Club. And so we do a lot of different eclectic kind of tattoos here. And the Cheyenne system has been a very important part of my work. So obviously I started off using coil machines. And ever since I discovered the Cheyenne system, it's been amazing for my career because it makes tattooing a lot faster and it makes it much safer. There's a lot less setup, a lot less to clean up, and the parts that we do clean up go much faster. So that obviously makes things a lot easier for me and it makes things easier for my clients. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is get our machine set up. So as you can see, I'm gloved up, obviously, because that's the most important thing whenever you're doing a setup or a teardown. I'm gonna take my machine. I'm going to actually insert the entire assembly, the whole machine, including the cord. And we're gonna glove up our setup like that. Take some of this tape, and we're going to bind the entire assembly like this. So we're gonna wrap this around a few times, make it as tight as we dare. And for some people who like to have a thicker grip, they like to put on an abundance of tape. That's totally fine. It's pretty self-sticking, so it actually makes for a little bit of cushion on your hand, which makes it nice and easy. Now the Cheyenne system is pretty easy on your hands already, but having a little bit of this soft cushion really helps you get through a long session, so I highly recommend it. Now I want to take a few minutes to talk about the Cheyenne safety cartridge. So there's a few things that make this cartridge really awesome. The first is that it's completely disposable, it's self-contained, you can line a few of them up, and it makes it really easy to work. They have color-coded tips, so you know which needle you have to grab, and it definitely cuts down on your tattooing time, and that's great for everybody. There's a few other things I want to point out. They have this nice clear bit in the front, so you can actually see if there's any kind of ink that's up in there at the moment, or what color of ink is in there. You can check and see if your needle is clean when you're switching colors. Again, it's an amazing feature. But one of the best features is probably the safety membrane. So the safety membrane, that's that like little rubber ring part that's around
inside, yeah.
The inside, right? Do we have one of those here? So this actually does a couple things. One of the things it does is as the needle bounces up and down, it helps the needle return easily, very soft on the skin. The other thing that it does, which is the most important, is it prevents backflow. So as you're tattooing, ink doesn't flow back up into the tip and get clogged up on the inside of your machine. So this is a really super cool innovation by Cheyenne, and it makes their cartridges very easy to use. So after you're all done, you can peel this off, and when it's time to autoclave, you can actually take this grip off and put it in there. Now, it's something that if you wrap your machine properly, you don't necessarily have to do, but I find it's always best to err on the side of caution, and you should always autoclave the parts whenever possible. Now, the safety cartridges of Cheyenne obviously reduce the risk of infection, and they're all 100% disposable, but this is one extra step you can take to increase the safety for yourself and your clients. Cheyenne also has options for their equipment to work with coil machines and rotary machines. Now, if you're transitioning from a system that you used to use and you want to step into it slowly, that's one great advantage. Now, me personally, I like to have the whole thing self-contained. I like that the pen is light, I like that it's a sleek design, I like that it's easy to wrap. So once I made the move from coils, then to rotaries, and then to the cartridge system, I generally moved everything at once. But the most important thing to remember is that it doesn't necessarily matter what you use, it's how you use it and that you're using something that you're comfortable with. So I want to say a couple more things about health and safety standards in this part of the world. As many of you know, in Japan, tattooing is not illegal and it is not illegal. It's an unregulated industry. So protecting yourself and your clients by protecting a hygienic environment is completely and totally up to the individual artist. Now, this can be scary for a lot of people, especially when there's no regulation to speak of. So what we try to do in this studio is to find the strictest regulations that we can in the United States, in Europe, Australia, and abroad, and take the best things from all of them and make sure that we're meeting a high standard before that standard has been set by a government body. Okay, so I've gone over a few things about the Cheyenne system and why it's important to me, and it's really changed how I tattoo. It's made things a lot more efficient. It makes it easier for me to do larger sessions, and that's great for my clients, it's great for my portfolio, it's great all around. So I highly recommend it. And if you'd like more information on safety, you should definitely check out Cheyenne's website and their YouTube channel. There's tons of information on there for you and all the information about their latest releases. So check it out. Thanks, guys.